Hey guys, Big Papa Hog here. What's going on, brah? So, me's back on Diablo 2 now. And this is my little rabbit. Ice Bunny, yes. Level 89, USC ladder. A trap sin. One of the first ones I really made. Yeah, I'm very new to the assassin. But it's been a damn good time. So, yeah, decided to make a little video because my intention is to probably make a trap assassin for the upcoming ladder reset, which takes place December 7th. So hopefully I'll see some of you bras on there, right? Are you guys going to be on? Or are you going to be playing Path of Exile because it's on the same date? Fuck. Let me know in the comments below, which one are you going to be playing on December 7th? Diablo 2 or Path of Exile? Ooh, a hog of a spear. Non-ethereal though. Sometimes the rare ones can be worth a lot of goodies, man. If it's ethereal with repair, durability mod, and if it's not elite like this one, you can up it with a cube recipe. Some people trade some GG gear for those rares that really aren't that great, but they're still pretty impressive. Yeah, they can be really valuable. But nonetheless, man, yeah, I intend to make a trap assassin this upcoming ladder reset. I'm pretty excited for it because there's nothing like starting over, man, in Diablo 2. Like at this point, you know, most of us have all the GG. And of course, with bots flooding the damn realms, well, the GG is spread about in abundance. You know, the prices are dropped and stuff like that because the market's so saturated with runes and all that. So if you're, you know, one who trades and all that, you probably have most of the GG gear at this point in the ladder, if you've been playing it since the beginning like I have. Oh shit, my merc just got destroyed. Dude, these guys are a fucking pain in the ass. I gotta get my merc. But notice with this assassin, I actually don't have any gloves on, and I just threw on this magic belt and 2 random rings in my stash, and these boots that I don't need either. Because I gave most of my stuff to my droid. And I didn't feel like transferring it back for this video. I gave my droid my Enigma. I think I had Drax gloves on. I gave those to somebody. Some nice rings. I don't remember what they were. Probably Arak, mesh, yeah, the belt. Gave that to the droid as well. So this character is not optimal. But, just to show how powerful they are, even with some junk gear. What the shit? Oh, there he is. They're still quite viable, which is very nice. And another good thing about the assassin is that they can do both lightning damage and physical damage without much of an issue. For one, you can kick, which is kind of nice. Now, I was wearing Goblin Toe, which offers a high chance of crushing blow. Oh, which really beats the shit out of the enemies, so those are very nice. But beyond that, ooh, look at here. Jeez, I've been finding all sorts of superiors. Like, check this out. I just found this a minute ago before I started recording in Act 2. And then I found this a little while back as well. These superior armors trade for a decent amount. So, well worth hanging on to. But yeah, the assassin is a great way to start out because you can do both physical and high lightning damage if you build her correctly. The droid, of course, is a nice way to go as well, because they do cold damage and physical with the tornado. And they have the nice grizzly bear summon and all that. Damn, these guys are hogs. These guys are real hogs. But I do intend on making an assassin, and here's generally how I start out. Alright. Now I think I'm going to go a different way this time around, because I know some people actually put points into Fire Blast. Mine does pretty shitty damage, but I believe I only put 1 point into it. And I have a torch, yeah. But only 1 point into Fire Blast. But that's a good way to go, especially for starters. When you're going through like the Den of Evil and shit. Now, these guys are immune to fire, so it's not going to have an effect on them. But for those who aren't, especially in normal and nightmare mode, your Fire Blast is going to be very viable, and I've seen people deal very well with it, so I intend to use it this time around. I might put a few points into it, I don't know. In fact, I'll probably put a lot of points into it until I can use the lightning trap. until you can start using Charge Bolt Sentry, which already takes place at level 13. Shock Web is a good one to invest in at first as well, because of the fact that it's a synergy for Lightning Sentry and Death Sentry, which endgame, this is what you're going to be using if you're a Lightning Trap Assassin. So, in fact, now that I see that, I probably will only put one bloody little point into Fire Blast. And then I'll save up my points and I'll start popping them into Shock Web. And I do like putting 1 point into Kick, alright? Because it's just kind of tight to use it sometimes. And you can have it on your left click. And for starters, you know, when you're starting out, it's kind of nice to do some physical damage. And you could just go around and kick shit. Like, look at that. Just beating the shit out of these guys. And this one is nowhere near Kick Optimal. You know, I'm just wearing some regular exceptional Nightmare Mode boots that have 69 to 118 kick damage. My kick damage isn't very impressive, but still they kick just so damn fast. And if you have Crushing Blow or Open Wounds, it applies to the kick as well. And plus you can leech some. So I like to put 1 point in the kick, just for the hell of it. And it is kind of fun to use sometimes. And if you really want, in fact, you could stock some Crushing Blow gear in your stash for times when needed. Then if Diablo clone spawns, you can use your assassin and just kick the shit out of him. As long as your resists are high enough, you could just kick the shit out of clone Diablo. And if you want to have some nice Uber gear in your stash, you could even potentially Uber with, I would bet, a 1 point kick if you build your assassin properly. So, with the gear and stuff. So that's one way to go. But yeah, for leveling this little thought up, I'll be pumping some into Shock Web. And Shock Web is really helpful. I remember at the beginning I was using this like crazy. See, look at that. Just shocks the shit out of them. So basically, I could be tossing the Shock Web around and then go around and kick the rest. You know what I mean? But Death Sentry is very nice for physical damage. Once you get to Nightmare and Hell, especially if you want to do the Hell Pits, where there's a ton of lightning immunes in the pit, but it's pretty easy otherwise, you can use Death Sentry. And you just gotta kill one little motherfucker. And then Death Sentry will pop their corpse. And it works out very well. So that's a good way to go, man. And obviously with your stats, when you're starting out, ladder reset, I pump most of them into Vitality. And then summon Strength enough to where, you know, by the time I'm level 70 or so, I could wear the Spirit Shield. But I might not even prepare for that from the get-go, because you can use a shield like Lidless, or just that Rel or Tal shield, Ancient's Pledge, which is a very nice resist shield for beginners. Or one of my favorites is Rhyme, the rune word. I forgot what it is. I think it's a Lum rune and something else. Or is it Shale Eth? Yeah, I think it's a Shale rune and an Eth rune, I believe. But that one's very nice because it offers some GG resists and cannot be frozen as well. So Rhyme is a great way to go if you want to have a shield that's easy to equip, because you can put it in like a bone shield if you want. That's what I normally do. Or if you're lucky, you'll find a Grim shield, you can pop it in that sucker. Yeah. Then in terms of shadow disciplines, well, Big Boy likes to use Fade or Burst of Speed. I primarily use that. There's just nothing like running like a motherfucker, man. And of course, Burst of Speed brings up your attack speed. See right here, it's 46%. I only have 1 point into it. It's level 11 with my gear. But the thing with Trap Assassins is when they lay their traps, it's not based off of cast rate. It's based off of attack speed. So you got to look up your breakpoints. And 45 might even be a breakpoint. I'm not entirely sure. But of course, then you can add that attack speed to whatever attack speed you have on your gear. And in most cases, you're going to be wearing 20 IAS gloves. So that'll be very helpful. And I'm wearing Treachery, which is 45%. So yeah, this little bunny casts traps like a bat out of hell. Very fast. So that's very useful to go that route. Then I put 1 point into Fade. Alright. Just for the times you need it. I remember when I was leveling last ladder in Nightmare mode and doing Chaos runs and stuff, it was really nice to be able to hit on that fade when needed, because the fade gives you a ton of resist. You know, this one at level 11 with my gear gives 56% resol. And then another thing which is really nice about fade is it reduces curse duration. So if you're doing battle runs and they're cursing you with the Decrepify, or if you're in chaos and you're getting Decrepify or amp damage cast on you, it's going to go away very fast. So it just, what I noticed is you get used to it. It's such a convenience, to the point where you're then using like a barbarian or an Amazon and you get a freaking curse on you and you're like, shit, man, this thing's just not going away, this damn curse. Like, I wish I had the fade skill that the assassin has. Maybe I'll just wear treachery just for that. Or I wish I had the paladin's cleansing skill, because that also reduces curse duration. Dude, these champions are hogs. Another skill you want to put 1 point into when you're going ladder reset, put it into Mind Blast. And for dueling, man, Mind Blast just kicks the shit out of people. So if you want to screw with somebody, you can keep on Mind Blasting them and it knocks them back. And it works out very well, especially if you have a high cast rate, because that actually works from cast rate to my understanding. And of course it converts enemies a little bit in hell, or anywhere for that matter. It's just one of its attributes. And that's kind of handy to have as well. But hey, brah, let me know what you guys think. What are you going to do this coming ladder reset? What sort of character are you going to make? Or are you going to be playing Path of Exile? Let me know in the comments. And as for gear, you want to make a spirit sword as soon as you can. It's just really nice making the spirit sword, the four-socketed crystal sword or long sword or whatever you get your paws on, because of the fact it gives 2 skills. It gives some cast rate, which doesn't help with traps, like I said, but it helps with a few other skills. And it gives a ton of mana and life, which is very handy when you're starting out. And if you can get a Duriel shell or some shit like that, that's a great armor to have. And in terms of gloves, something with 20% increased attack speed, which can often be attained in rare gloves and stuff like that. And smoke is a good armor to make. I think it's Nephlum. That's not what I'm wearing here, but smoke has 50 resol, so that's a great way to go, brah. Just make yourself a smoke. And a lower helm if you want, because it gives 1 to all skills. But the thing is, the Trap Assassin doesn't benefit from mana per kill when your traps kill enemies, so that shit isn't very high on your list anymore. And I almost sort of find that appealing once I got over the initial rush from not having it when I was pissed. Because with my Amazon, for example, I'm always putting Silkweave boots on her, which give 5 mana per kill. And it just kind of sucked that those were like the only boots I would ever wear, just because they're just so nice having that mana per kill. But with the Assassin, you don't get a damn benefit from it anyway. So it kind of opens up that slot. You don't have to wear the lower helm at the beginning, because the mana per kill doesn't really help you out. And you don't have to get the Silkweave boots at the beginning either. It opens it up so you can find some pretty tight rare boots, like something like this, for example. Or if you want to be a pansy and just max out your magic find, which I don't find appealing, but some folks do, you can put on war traps. But I'd wear just about anything else other than those. You can put on alder boots, brah. Yeah, alder boots would be epic on this character as well. You get mana returned per damage taken. You get a ton of fire res. You get life. You get a GG 40% run walk speed. I mean, it opens up all sorts of options. But let me know your thoughts on these matters, bro. Like this video if you will. And I would like to thank my patrons. Thank you, bros. Thank you for your help in supporting the Iceman. And if you want to support the Iceman, click the link in the description below. Follow me on Patreon. Even 1 monies per month helps. So I appreciate it, man. More videos to come on Path of Exile, Diablo 1, and Diablo 2. And let me know in the comments, which of those 3 games do you want me to play more? I'm the Iceman. Peace with ye.